Commander Vrel 9 stared at the holographic display, his 3 eyes blinking in sequence, a biological impossibility that only happened when his brain refused to process what it was seeing. "Run the scan again," he ordered, his mandibles clicking nervously. Lieutenant Corse, a young Thalian with barely 2 cycles of service, tapped the console with her 6-fingered hands. "Sir, I have run it 4 times already. The results are consistent." "Consistent with what? Madness?" Vrel 9 leaned closer to the display, watching the small craft drift through the outer rim like a drunk beetle. That thing is supposed to be a warship?" The vessel in question looked like someone had welded a cargo container to a fusion drive, added gun turrets as an afterthought, and called it a day. It was asymmetrical, patched with at least 7 different types of hull plating, and leaked radiation like a broken reactor. Any sane species would have scrapped it centuries ago. According to the database, it is registered as the Rusty Fortune, flagged as human military. Corse's voice carried a hint of disbelief. "Captain's name is Jake Mallory." Vrel 9 felt his blood sacs constrict. Humans. Of course. The galaxy had been dealing with these insane primates for exactly 12 standard years, and in that time, they had violated approximately 4,000 regulations, started 6 trade wars by accident, and somehow convinced the Draxi Empire to surrender without firing a single shot. The how of that last one still kept military analysts awake at night. "Hail them," Vrel 9 said, straightening his ceremonial armor. The Galactic Enforcement Fleet did not tolerate unauthorized vessels in restricted space, even if those vessels looked like flying garbage heaps. The communication screen flickered to life, revealing a human male with facial hair that violated at least 3 grooming standards. He was eating something that appeared to be a tube of compressed nutrients, though humans had the bizarre habit of calling such things by random names like Steve or Sandwich. "Yo! What's up?" The human, presumably Mallory, spoke with his mouth full. "You guys need something, or are you just admiring my ship?" Vrel 9's translator implant struggled with the term yo. It settled on an informal greeting, possibly indicating disrespect or extreme familiarity with combat protocol. "This is Commander Vrel 9 of the Enforcement Cruiser Infinite Justice. You are in violation of Galactic Regulation 447-B, unauthorized presence in a military zone. Power down your weapons and prepare to be boarded." Mallory stopped chewing. "Military zone? Brother, this is the Outer Rim. Last time I checked, the Outer Rim was about as military as my grandmother's knitting circle. Your grandmother engages in combat operations?" "What? No. It's never mind." Mallory wiped his mouth with the back of his hand. "Look, Commander, I am just passing through. Got a cargo delivery to Station Praxis 7. Medical supplies, food synthesizers, the boring stuff." Corse leaned toward Vrel 9, lowering her voice. "Sir, our sensors indicate his cargo bay contains 73 tons of military-grade explosives, 16 hunter-killer drones, and something our computer identifies only as danger cheese." "Danger cheese?" Vrel 9's mandibles clicked rapidly. "What in the 5 hells is danger cheese?" "Unknown, sir. The database has no reference." Vrel 9 turned back to the screen. "Captain Mallory, our scans indicate you are transporting weapons, explosives, and an unidentified hazardous substance." "Oh, that." Mallory laughed, a sound that translated poorly and made it seem like he was choking. "Yeah, okay, so full disclosure. The medical supplies thing was a slight exaggeration. I am actually running guns to some rebels on Praxis 7. They are fighting against the Krovin hegemony, you know, the guys who keep enslaving entire planets. But the danger cheese is totally legitimate. It is just aged Roquefort. Humans love it, most aliens think it is biological warfare." The bridge of the Infinite Justice fell silent. Corse made a small whimpering sound. Vrel 9 felt his pulse quicken in all three of his hearts. You just admitted to smuggling weapons to insurgents? Well yeah, I mean, you scanned my cargo. Seemed pointless to lie about it. Mallory shrugged. Plus, the Krovin are real pieces of work. You guys know they still practice ritual cannibalism, right? That is not. Vrel 9 stopped himself. You do realize I am required by law to arrest you? You can try. Mallory's expression shifted, and for just a moment, Vrel 9 saw something dangerous flicker behind those strange, forward-facing eyes. But here is the thing, Commander. You are flying an enforcement cruiser. Crew complement of 400, plasma cannons, shield generators, the works. Very impressive. I am flying what you probably think is a garbage scow with delusions of grandeur. That is, accurate, yes. Right, so here is what you're missing. Mallory leaned forward. Humans? We don't build warships the way you do. We build things that work. And this baby? He patted something off screen. This baby has gotten me out of 17 impossible situations, including that mess at the Vortex Nebula that your news services won't shut up about. Vrel 9's eyes widened. You? You were at the Vortex? Guilty. Anyway, I am going to continue to Station Praxis 7 now. You're welcome to try stopping me, but I should warn you that my ship has exactly one safety feature. What is that? Me. The screen went dark. Vrel 9 stood frozen for exactly 3 seconds, which in military terms meant he had already wasted precious time. His tactical officer, a hulking Grathan named Pex, rumbled from his station. Sir, should we engage pursuit protocols? Absolutely not. Vrel 9 snapped, then caught himself. I mean, yes, but carefully. Very, very carefully. Course, pull up everything we have on the Vortex Nebula incident. The young lieutenant's fingers danced across her console, and within moments, classified files flooded the main display. Vrel 9 felt his stomachs turn as he read the reports. 27 Krovin warships, gone. Just, gone. The official story blamed a navigational error and a cascade reactor failure. The unofficial story, whispered in officer clubs across the galaxy, involved one human ship and a physics-defying maneuver that should have killed everyone involved. Oh no, Vrel 9 whispered. Oh no, no, no. Sir? Course looked worried. What are your orders? Before Vrel 9 could respond, alarms shrieked across the bridge. Red lights bathed everything in panic colors. Contact. Multiple contacts. Pex roared. Krovin battle group dropping out of hyperspace. 8 frigates, 2 destroyers, and 1 dreadnought. What? Vrel 9 spun toward the viewport. Sure enough, the distinctive angular shapes of Krovin warships materialized like hungry predators. What are they doing here? This sector is neutral space. Receiving transmission, sir. Course activated the communication system. A Krovin commander appeared on screen, his scaled face twisted in what passed for a smile among his species. Enforcement vessel, you will stand down. We are claiming the human ship under hegemony salvage rights. Salvage rights? Vrel 9 felt his confidence returning slightly. That ship is still operational. You cannot claim salvage on an active vessel. Can't we? The Krovin's tongue flicked out, tasting the air. The human destroyed an entire fleet of ours. We have been tracking him for 6 cycles. Now, you will move aside, or you will be moved. The line went dead. Sir. Pex's voice cracked. The Krovin are powering weapons. All ships targeting us and the human vessel. Vrel 9 made the fastest calculation of his career. 1 enforcement cruiser versus 10 Krovin warships equals everyone dies horribly. Standard procedure dictated retreat, file a report, let the politicians sort it out later. But the human had called the Krovin slavers. And Vrel 9, despite his love of regulations and proper procedure, absolutely hated slavers. Open a channel to the Rusty Fortune, he ordered. Emergency frequency. Mallory's face appeared immediately, his expression irritatingly calm. Let me guess, new friends showed up. The Krovin want you dead. They also want me dead for being in the way. I have a proposal. I'm listening. You help me survive the next 10 minutes, I forget I ever scanned your cargo bay. Deal? Mallory's grin was absolutely terrifying. Deal. But you need to do exactly what I say, when I say it, no questions asked. Can you do that, Commander? Every instinct Vrel 9 had screamed at him. Humans were chaos incarnate, they ignored physics, logic, and common sense. But they were also very, very good at not dying. Yes. What do we do? First, kill your shields. What? No questions, remember? Mallory's fingers moved across controls Vrel 9 couldn't see. Kill your shields, reroute all power to engines, and when I give the signal, you're going to ram the dreadnought. That will destroy my ship. Nope. Trust me. Shields down, now. Vrel 9 looked at Course, at Pex, at his entire bridge crew. They looked back at him with expressions that clearly said their commander had lost his mind. Perhaps he had. Do it, Vrel 9 ordered quietly. Shields down. Power to engines. The Krovin fleet advanced, weapons charging to lethal levels. The Rusty Fortune, that flying insult to engineering, suddenly accelerated directly toward the enemy formation. It moved wrong, too fast, with thrust vectors that violated conservation of momentum. Sir, the human ship is. Course trailed off. I don't know what it's doing. Neither do the Krovin, Vrel 9 realized. They're confused. The enemy fleet hesitated, just for a moment, trying to track the impossible movements. That's when Mallory's voice crackled over the comm. Now, Commander. Full thrust, straight at the dreadnought. Vrel 9 didn't think. He simply acted. Pex. Maximum acceleration. The Infinite Justice lurched forward, pushing everyone against their restraints. The Krovin dreadnought fired, massive plasma bolts streaking toward them. Without shields, those shots would vaporize the cruiser in seconds. Except they never connected. The Rusty Fortune twisted through space like a drunken dancer, and suddenly it was between the Infinite Justice and the incoming fire. Energy splashed against its patchwork hull, and somehow, impossibly, the shots deflected away at angles that made Vrel 9's geometry sense weep. Reactive armor. Mallory shouted gleefully. Salvaged from 16 different ships. Each plate reflects energy at a different angle. Completely useless for actual protection, but great for looking like a mobile disco ball of death. You're insane. Vrel 9 shouted back, but he was laughing. Actually laughing, as his ship hurtled towards certain doom. 3 seconds. Mallory counted down. 2. 1. Dive. The Rusty Fortune dropped, and the Infinite Justice soared over it, clearing the smaller ship by mere meters. The Krovin dreadnought, suddenly faced with a multi-thousand-ton cruiser at ramming speed, attempted evasive maneuvers. Too late. The Infinite Justice didn't hit the dreadnought. Instead, Mallory's ship fired something, a small device that attached to the enemy vessel's hull. 1 second later, every system on the dreadnought shut down simultaneously. Dead in space. EMP mine. Mallory announced cheerfully. Cost me 3 months' pay, but totally worth it. Commander, might want to turn around now. The remaining Krovin ships scattered in panic as Vrel 9 brought his cruiser about. Without their flagship, without orders, they retreated into hyperspace within seconds. Silence filled the bridge. Did we just? Course started. Yes, Vrel 9 confirmed. We just survived contact with humans. Mallory's voice crackled one last time. Nice flying, Commander. Same time next week? Please no, Vrel 9 muttered. But he was smiling. The rusty fortune vanished into the stars, carrying its danger cheese and liberation to whatever corner of the galaxy needed saving next. And Vrel 9 made a mental note to update the regulation manual. Section 447b would now include an addendum: when dealing with humans, expect nothing. Prepare for everything. And never, ever assume their ships are actually broken. Friends, if you are enjoying our videos and want to watch new and exciting sci-fi and HFY stories every day, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure to turn on the bell icon so you never miss any of our latest uploads. Like the video and share it with your friends as well, so our community can continue to grow and bring you even more amazing content.